We're live.
Hello. We are.
Hello.
Q Jack.
Hello and welcome to Let's Drone Out. We are live every Thursday, 8 p.m. Welcome. Legal notice: any views expressed by the guests on this show are personal and may not reflect the view of others.
Spicy.
This is a spicy show. Tonight we are joined by everyone's favourite curry kitten.
Hello.
He's got new headphones, baby.
They're not. I forgot to charge my wireless ones, so they're my old headphones.
Everyone's favourite moustache, Stephen.
Hello. How's everyone?
And everyone's clean-shaven Cole.
Howdy.
Why is Cole in your room, Jack, from a different lighting angle?
Nice background.
I know.
For our audio listeners, Cole has the creepiest background possible, which is Jack's bedroom.
Yes.
I know.
I am here. As long as I don't move too fast, I am here.
Your audio's awful, by the way. What microphone are you using?
AirPods.
I don't think you are.
It's that wonderful slapback echo. I think it might
Oh,
be.
no, you're right. It's actually it's display audio. Okay, let me fix that.
It's because Jack's room's got such bad echoes.
He's got some bad acoustics in that room.
I know.
Better now?
Yep.
That is better.
That's better.
There's more of you and less of the walls.
Say hello, I'm Cole again for the editor.
Hello. Howdy. I'm Cole from Canada.
There you go. And you can just chop all that bit out, editor. Thank you. We've got a worrying show. I have created this.
A monster.
This might be the end of LDO.
Oh, it's a stink chart. Oh, excellent. May I suggest a little bit of a zoom? A little bit of an enhance?
Tell me when.
Well, if we zoom too much, we can't see the manufacturers down the bottom there.
No, we can slowly add them
one
by
fair
one.
enough.
So,
Or
for
we
our
can
audio
just scroll
listeners,
down.
Jack has shown a chart. Let's go up to the top again. We've got S at the top, and then A, and then B, C, D, E, and poop, and U. Now,
No.
what is S?
Dog.
Oh,
dog
come
poop.
on, Stephen. You're
Dog
a
shit.
gamer.
Okay.
You must have S ranks.
Superior.
S is,
Never heard
S
of
is
it,
above A.
All right.
S is the very top. Special.
Okay.
And that is a picture of a dog emoji and then the poo emoji, and that stands for dog shit. But we obviously can't say that too much because that will annoy the editor.
Okay.
Is there any way to unletterbox it so we can actually get the rest of the vertical screen real estate, or is that not a thing?
The only thing I can do is full screen, I guess.
Okay, I guess you're capturing off a window that's 16 by 9, so it's letterboxed it or something. Anyway,
Yeah, I guess so.
So we've got a whole bunch of logos down the bottom. Who have we got on the logos there?
I will hang on. Let's start here. Right. So any views of our own. This is a bit of fun. Please feel free to. I will share this later, and you can fill it in yourself and tell us why we're wrong.
Should we also send it to all the manufacturers just to say how you rank?
I don't know because we don't. Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit
Only
of
the
a-
good
Any
ones,
free
only the-
gifts recently? Have any nice stickers to the manufacturers? Is this going to be a bolt out the blue?
Like we're only joking. This is just for a good time. If we
Totally
rate something as
joking.
terrible, you don't take our word for it. Go out, buy it, try it yourself.
And then when you do find out it's terrible, don't we warned you.
Yeah.
We are not liable for your mistakes.
Are we going to work through all this in the order presented?
Yeah, we can do, yeah. Some of the logos are a bit cut out, so we have to kind of guess what the logo is.
Oh, I mean, if we
favourite there, that's the
if we feel
JHE
there's
MCU logo.
We're passionate about one, or we've got a favourite, or we've got something we want to say, we can just call that one out and maybe do that one first.
Should we put our hands up like we're in grade school?
Yeah, I mean, for instance, this is an abuse mark power distribution board, which we mentioned last week, that clearly belongs to the dog shit pile, because that thing's awful. Now,
wait a minute, have we missed Hydra's brand there? Is there an SP Racing in there?
No. Oh, yeah, we've missed him.
Oh, wow.
I know. I can go back in there and edit it if you want.
Time is of the essence for Curry.
We've got so many already.
Push
ahead.
ahead.
Yeah, I know.
Let's get this show on the road, boys.
I mean,
count
that's
it lucky
on
that
the
it's
road.
not being graded.
Yeah,
I bought some
that's off
props
the
along as well, because when we talked about manufacturers in general, and we talked about people that put RTFs together. So I've bought some favorite RTFs just over here, which I was going to hold up as examples of good things.
Yeah. So for instance, there is companies here that make a lot of products. You know, they might make motors and boards, but say their motors are really good, but their flight controllers are really bad. Their motors may be S tier, but the boards bring them down to A tier.
Yeah.
For instance. And we're here to fight it out for our favorite.
Let's do it. This is a fantastic idea.
So yeah, Kiss can go to S tier already. That's fine.
Clearly. That's
I mean, obviously, that's going to be, I'd say, middle of the road, surely. Aren't they famous for hardware failures?
And because they're so expensive, they're not really used widely enough. You have to put that back at like a B or a C, because like how many people have used Kiss?
Are they that
if you
expensive?
Look at a brand's news stories, and like
nowadays?
a full 50% of the news stories are the failures of the boards, then they can't be in the S tier. The S tier has got to be like unimpeachable. People like, you know.
Yep, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, A
Put
tier.
it down.
All right.
B. Not enough.
B.
Just because of their price. Like,
it's not that different to prices these days for these other boards I've been seeing.
Yeah, but they've always been that expensive.
Google a price of a board. Yeah, quality. You pay for quality.
Well, apparently you pay for failures.
You get stuff for free. You're a reviewer.
Not these days. Well, they don't send me any. Therefore, off the list with them.
Oh, down for a B.
B. There we go.
Alexander Fedorov. If you send Curry a board, he'll move you back up to S.
I do have 4 Kiss ESCs on a really old quad, but I didn't have a flight controller. No. But
do you need them? Do you want them anymore? Do you want to send them to me?
But like to reverse the motor direction, I had to do this jumper thing, and that was all like back to a B.
Be sold to them.
No, you can do it in. No, that's not valid. You can do it in software now.
In the GUI.
And always have. Yeah, in the GUI.
There was no GUI back in the day. Also, they spent most of their life not having an OSD. Put them down to B. B is the highest they could possibly be.
Yeah, well, they've got an OSD now.
Now they have.
OSD.
It's like saying, like, all these cars were rubbish and crashed, and then it's okay now because they fixed all those problems. But
what?
I mean, let's go this. So the first thing I searched, I was thinking, what do we do to really figure out what's going on? So search the brand name, the components, and then fire. And Jack is telling us how great Kiss ESCs are. But if I search Kiss ESC fire, the third result is his own video where I was on fire Kiss ESCs. That's Jack's own video of him.
Yeah, they were
on
18.
fire.
You're lucky to be getting a B rating at this point.
Oh, fuck's sake. Right. Now, controversial, right? Should we move on?
Yeah. Wait. But before, back to the whole they're expensive thing. So I looked it up right here. Holy Bro, what is it? Kakute H7 Mini, $92. So that's pretty expensive still.
But here's the thing, Holy Bro
pricey.
Is on the unimpeachable S rank because Holy Bro has never let me down. Some of the best experiences I've had out of the box flying. This is the Coppice 2. Previously, they've had the Coppice 1. They put really nice components in it. These are team.
Why does it look like an Oreo cookie?
It's secret. You're not allowed to know what's in between the carbon. all we know is it's secret.
It's creamy and delicious.
It's wonderfully out of the box. It's a really.
So do we put Holy Bro or T-Motor because they're the same company, right?
Don't.
This I don't know. I like Holy Bro as a company because I think of Holy Bros are the guys that are putting these quads together, pulling in components. I don't know who makes them or how many OEMs or whatever's, but I had the original copies. I've had the copies too, and look, Caroline agrees with me. My copies too is amazing. So therefore, it's
okay.
It's
so
amazing.
so is Holy Bro on that list of logos down there, Jack?
Yeah, it's the second one that says Olibra.
Oh, Olibra.
Yeah. Right,
Okay,
let's do
so
Emacs. Right, stop. Right, listen. Don't
Put
forget
Holy
people
Bro up
in
in
the
S
chat.
first.
You can chime in. Emacs.
well, we were just talking about Holy Bro.
We had put Holy Bro up in S.
Yeah,
Yeah, hang on. Let's do Emacs.
No,
Holy
I would
Bro's next.
say I would say Holy Bro because I have no idea anything about them other than they're expensive. That
I
goes
don't.
into the B round.
What, don't they?
No.
Don't they?
But they don't
do
catch
the
on
FedEx
fire.
stuff?
Okay, A tier. Okay, it's good.
It's S. Bring up. Caroline agrees.
Yeah, they are one of the better ones, and they're actually making their own kit. A lot of these are like relabels as well. I mean, you're just grabbing
I can't
Emacs.
stick.
They don't
I
make
can't
their own
stick
stuff.
them there above Kiss
Yeah,
when
yes,
they
you can.
make.
Why not?
No, because they
Have a
make
look
FedEx
at-
Why do we
shit
know?
that
We
bees
just
on
have to look
fire.
up who's on fire, and it's Kiss,
It's
not Holy Bro.
fucking Holy Bro as well.
Is Kiss really on fire anymore these days, though?
No. How old's that video?
Yeah,
was
that's like
7 years
18
ago.
amp days. That's 18
To be
amp
fair, there was
ESC.
a Teco
Yeah,
32
18 amp.
like fire issue from Holy Bro. But
B
they also
tier.
make some of the most respected ESCs amongst racers as well. So
This is
it's
great.
like,
How is Kiss on an A rank when it was down to B as well? This is ridiculous.
it's because the judge
Curry
loves
is
Kiss.
mad.
So
Curry is
Emax
mad.
anyway. Emax has got to be like way down, like C or D. They're
Okay,
just
so yeah,
kind of
let's move on to
shoveling it
Emacs.
out.
Oh yeah, okay. So
Right. Why C? Let's start
Okay,
with
wait,
C.
hold
I
on.
still don't feel we sorted out the other things, but Emacs, yeah, I'm thinking YC because Emacs were firstly famous for their red bottoms. That got lots of people in the hobby, and I've had some of their
Nighthawk, the Shite Hawk. That was
But
terrible.
those we said right. So they motors and electronics. They may do okay motors, and they're famous for them. But the electronics side,
Ecos.
they fall down a lot because they're just bargain basement.
they've had some
price-wise, Emacs
pretty
is good.
nice RTFs though. The Hawk series, at least for
latest
beginners go. What was it? The Thingy Hawk and the Tiny Hawk and another Hawk, Freestyle Hawk, whatever it was. Lots of things called Hawk, which seemed to be very good and worked quite well out of the box. I always thought Emacs were really good at actually paying attention and doing a tune on their RTF quads, as opposed to just here are the default rates. They even had like several tunes. So if you were using a 2S versus a 3S
Hawk.
battery, they'd get you to swap their PID tunes over, which I thought was pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people seem to
are
be giving
friendly.
Emacs a lot of golden stars right there. So that might actually, well,
B, C.
it's hard to put them in B though, but
It's
I don't
B,
think
and then we
you-
just knock Kiss down to
No,
C.
No.
Come on,
Do
you
Cole,
can't
do
say
own
you
any
can't say
Emacs
Emacs are a B.
I
'cause
have
there's a huge range
some
of
dead
crap.
Emacs red
What is
bottoms.
the
Yeah.
Tell us your stories of the bad stuff about it, Stephen, because I haven't heard that much.
Baby
You're saying
Well,
the,
they don't.
the components are bad.
Yeah, they're kind of a built to cost vendor, so that you're not getting like high tier products. You're getting they're basically toys that are built to a specific cost. So
That seems a
it's
bit
not-
unfair because
I don't think it's even prosumer stuff. It's just kind of.
I'm
very-
thinking Ishin
very
are the
low
sort
end.
of price to cost. And
I don't. Yeah, I
Emacs
mean,
is
I
at
put
least at
Ishin
mid-tier.
lower than Emacs, but not that much lower. Like Ishin has been around, and so has Emacs. Ishin obviously has a lot more like black marks to their name. There's a lot more bad models, but are Emacs unimpeachable? I don't know.
Well, certainly not unimpeachable. I think
Okay,
of them
maybe
as
they're a B, I
decent,
don't know.
a decent mid-range vendor.
We
Does
might
that
have
equal a
to,
C rather than a B? I mean, that's in the middle.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I feel C.
It's kind of like you wouldn't kick them out of bed, but you wouldn't necessarily pursue them either.
Unless you're on a good budget, because they are very budget friendly motors. So
Yeah.
They are.
it's almost, you know what? It needs to be in between B and C. It needs to be like right in that little halfway mark.
Does that make a C plus or a B minus?
B minus. Oh no, C plus sounds a little better with the plus sign, I guess. But I don't know. Hard to say. What do you think, Jack?
I think they're a strong C.
Strong C.
myself.
So
I
C
still don't know
plus,
what Kiss is doing up there. This is going to annoy me. It's at the same level as Holy Bro? No.
I mean, I've bought a lot of AIOs, but I've never actually, for Happy Model and Beta FPV, I've bought the AIOs and built my own quads with them, but I've never actually built an Emax one. I think that's probably because the AIOs, compared to the competition, are normally selling on their own for maybe 10 or 15 more than the competition.
Yeah, where I've seen it from the different end, I've just seen the RTF beginner quads, which I thought were really good and very beginner friendly, which I think something good about
and they
them.
do go the extra mile. They make a package. They don't just throw a bunch of parts.
They make a package and they put a proper
count.
tune in, which is nice and gentle to start with. I think is quite nice.
I think we got to keep the ball rolling.
All right, let's go on to the next one then.
We have way too many. We can't.
We've got a lot of people on the list. Yeah, B's fair. The chat seems to say B, so let's go with that.
Like we
have to find an S tier for a baseline.
Crack on.
Fuck. Fat Shark.
What about Beta FPV? Maybe we should put those in.
No, come on.
Fat Shark.
Fat Shark. I mean,
Fat Shark. Ooh,
they were once upon a time.
They were there, but what was their last goggle?
They're like a C rating now. They're kind of middle of the road, aren't they?
Okay, so are we talking about right now or like a median?
Yeah.
I mean, if you were going to buy something, and you had how do you perceive them? As where do you perceive?
Would you
them
buy
now?
Right
if
now?
you're going
Probably
analog?
C.
Would you
great
buy
history.
Fat Shark?
They're probably C these days.
Cole has made a point.
Yeah,
that we are taking past in evaluation.
Yeah.
And if we are taking past into consideration, then yes, KISS does need to go down a notch.
No,
They're selling someone else's goggles now.
S.
They used to be.
They were never S. They were B. You put them up.
Okay,
but like,
Fat Shark is right in the middle. They used to be top tier, and now they're not bottom tier, but they're not. They're somewhere in the middle. So
like now, if you're flying analog, you look at like the new Sky Zone goggles. You'd look at the Orca goggles. You'd look at these other HD Zero goggles that are all better than Fat Shark. So
I'd be very hesitant to look at Fat Shark now, because I don't think the company as it stands does it really exist anymore?
No, I was just going to say that. Yeah. I mean, I'm still rocking my HDOs, and I like them, but
I think they're a sub B.
I think,
that's hard.
A sub B is a C, surely.
Do a C.
I'd put
just
them
do a
at
C.
C. Let's go down to C.
Which
the
really
latest
sucks
goggle is rebranding someone else, and that's got to count for something. Like if a company's just rebranding someone else's kit, then you can't really attribute that to them. That's just someone else's work.
I think
those flags in.
I think that's an interesting point from Tailspin, who says Fat Shark used to be top because there was no competition.
Yeah,
which is possibly a fair point looking in the past.
All right.
Okay, next.
Their goggles here. They steam up a lot. They copied someone else's design. The only bit that apparently is Fat Shark is this stupid micro SD slot that you can't reach, where the micro SD card is upside down, so you can't even use your fingernails to pull it out.
Oh, everybody! Also, while we have a moment here, go like this. Go like the video on YouTube while you're watching this, and leave a comment. All that fun stuff. So yeah.
Great.
Oh, here we are as well. Like this
wrong.
is what Andy RC used to say was the best thing ever. They've shut their repair centers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the service.
D. We're putting it down to D now.
I remember seeing Andy RC's videos, and he was like, I just have to tell them that something's wrong, and they're going to get repaired just like that. But if the repair centers are gone,
if you bring back Tony, if you bring back Dave, we'll move you up to a B.
All right, what's next?
Okay, next. Yeah, let's continue on.
Okay. HQ props.
I guess they're pretty much at the top, right?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I mean, it's them and GemFan, right?
GemFan, yeah.
Used them for a while, but yeah, they've been good.
I mean, I've not had a bad pair of it. Has anyone had a bad HQ prop?
No. Don't forget the old Shatter ones. It took them a while to move over.
But everyone was doing it then. Like they just literally used the material science that was available at that point in time.
Okay, A, they're good.
A for good.
Next.
All right, next.
Okay. Gemfan A next. Good.
I still
And
remember
he-
the old 50-30s, which you could just re.
Yeah, I don't like the sharp end bits. They cut you. That pisses me off.
Oh, the little
Okay.
winglets. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've cut myself
B.
on them. I think if you put HQ at A, you've probably got to put Gemfan there. They're pretty much
true.
like keeping each other.
All
One
right.
improves, the other matches the improvement. You know, it's the same.
What about?
Hey.
You guys remember these ones? Oh shit! You
Uh,
can't see anything.
Where's it
Get
gone?
out my
Hold on.
room, and then you'll be able
Wait,
to.
fuck. Okay, hold on.
Sorry, editor.
Oh,
Bull
noses?
S for HQ prop.
Or what
What
about
are we
these
doing?
ones? Oh, come on. Oh.
oh,
Dal prop. Yeah, we'll get there.
Okay.
Right. HD 0.
what about those
this
puppies?
Is new.
I've got
No.
no experience with them.
HD
unfortunately.
0. I mean,
The new
supposedly,
kids on the block.
apparently
I
they're
think
pretty
they
good.
struggled. They struggled, and they're doing good results. Like they released a set of analog goggles, which is apparently like redefining what it means to be an analog
With
goggle.
the upscaler.
Yeah, with upscaling and deinterlacing,
Antennas
that's
tearing off.
much smarter.
And the
But
clip
but you
at
hear
the
about what
front,
they did. They
wrong
just
side.
said send them back, and we'll repair it free of charge, which is what
Okay.
you used to say was great about Fat Shark. Like they are stepping up, whereas Fat
Oh,
Shark
we-
closing. The
We've got a
repair
lot of
so-
different opinions on these. We've got AA saying A plus for HD0, Caroline saying C for effort, Flight 1 saying B for HD0.
B.
For me,
I
they're
think B.
an unknown.
spectrum.
I haven't got a clue.
Yeah, you know what? That's
Yeah.
that's a good point. From what I've seen online, they're not bad. Black Grinder's been ranting and raving about them lately.
And he was panning them initially. He did a really scathing review when they first came out.
Yep, because and he's Mr. Analog for life, but he's actually kind of changed his mind a bit. So,
I mean, we can move them
And
to
Stingy as
you
well, it
for
looks like.
unknown.
yeah, let's do unknown for now, I guess, because it's too new
Yeah.
to tell. I guess.
Too new.
All right. Two
Okay,
new.
next.
Experience.
Cadex.
Walk snail, Cadex. Wait, which?
Yeah,
who's
well,
that?
That's the
it's-
walk snail, I guess. They've admitted they're the same company. I was actually quite amused by that whole. It was like a triple ring shit show of like marketing, and I thought that was hilarious. Like the way they managed it was just so much fun.
No, it's not the same company. Not at all.
Yeah,
That
they
was
had
silly.
language differences. They didn't let them slow them down. They just carried on like ramping up the hype in a way that was hilarious. Made me laugh. I bought
think
their
from the-
products, so
Ignoring walks now, from the camera point of view, I would put them up there as like an A because they gave us the Ratel and the various
Analog
ones like
cameras.
that, and they were very
which one is
good
walk
cameras.
snail and which one is Cadex? Because you've got two
Right,
Cadex.
Cadex
It's Cadex.
is
Snail
the
is walk
normal
snail.
stuff with
Mm.
Walk snail. Obviously, if we're gonna stick HD0 and U for unknown,
Then walk snail needs
the
to go in unknown
walk
too.
snail goes in
Just
there.
so,
Old school Cadex.
Yeah.
What do we reckon? B tier, C.
For cameras,
the-
top.
For cameras, I was going A
amazing.
for the analog cameras. I thought were really, really good.
Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, next.
Next, Fox Ear.
Cameras, pretty up there too.
Yeah,
I
I'd
don't
say
think
they're
that-
right here.
I would put them maybe
Strong
B.
B.
I've used a lot of Foxeer cameras, and I wouldn't put them quite up there at the same level. They're
If
good,
we're
Did
doing,
but just not
if
as
we're
good.
doing inside baseball, the Fox Ear crowd are very responsive to suggestions for improving their hardware as well, and racers love that about them.
I do like Foxeer a lot. They have some really nice low light cameras, like the Cat and and they got the high resolution 1500 TVL T-Rex. I did have the Foxeer. What was it? I forget the one, but I had one just randomly die on me, and it was a sad day. But other than that, they've been pretty good.
I've got they did the Predator, right? The Predator Nano.
Yeah.
I've got a few of those. That's the camera I have if I don't have the Ratel. If I want something that's a little bit lower latency, more of a racy
Higher?
feel.
Higher? Do we
I
go
think B
A?
is good. B is good.
I think B's good.
Yeah.
Toothless 2 was a good camera, except it died
Mhm.
randomly. But okay, so Run Cam next. Okay,
If you hit stuff into walls, it dies.
yeah, that's probably it.
Cruiser says A. AA says A.
Yeah. I honestly
Tailspin
think
says good antennas. We haven't even talked about the antennas. B
Yeah.
is good. They just
We haven't talked about the flight
bee.
controllers, man. Like they do a lot of flight controllers, and they're keeping up.
It maybe belongs in between A and B, but I think
Like,
it's
if
more
you had a
B than an
choice
A.
of flight controller and you were going to buy something and you saw
I'd say it's a
Emacs and
B+.
Foxeer, which would you go for? I'd go for
Can
Foxeer over Emacs.
Can someone run a vote in the chat? A poll? Is anyone logged into the LDO thing?
No.
No.
Oh, hang on.
Go on, get on with the next
Anyone
one.
know
Wait,
how poll
No.
works?
we're already halfway through.
Oh shit! It's terrible.
Let's get going
I
to
I think
next
we
week.
need a bit more granularity. Like we bunched everything up with A, and we're not like spreading it out. We need to.
Well, that's because Kiss needs to go down to B and Holy Bro needs to go to S.
Kiss will go
then
back
maybe-
to A in a minute.
I
Kiss
think
is
we've
on
got
A.
this
It should be
bias.
downwards.
We've got this
Oh.
bias where we think A is the be all and end all. We probably should have had like a 1 to 7 scale or something, because everyone wants to make everything A, but no one wants to use the S category. It's like
I wanted to use the S category. I was voted down. Boo. No,
Foxeer
no,
can
I-
go back to A because I got a
Kiss
free
can
shirt.
go back to B.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
it's not that great, mate. They haven't been doing a lot.
It's not very
No.
good, and they set on fire.
It's an old brand.
Kiss
You're just
Ultra.
worried that what's his face is going to see it and get upset with you.
No one.
Jack
no one
and I are
racing is
Kiss
flying
fanboys.
Kiss.
You guys need to get on the
Yeah,
train.
So good.
Have you looked at like the multi GP like hardware loadout? They're all running Foxeer, and none of them are running Kiss. So you can't say that.
No one's.
Foxeer's
They're never going
down
to use Kiss in
2
that racing
tiers
stuff,
below.
though.
Exactly. So
All right,
why would
run
you never
cam.
use Kiss in racing? Because it's not the top kit.
It's top for something, but yeah. Okay. Anyways,
But not for
run cam. Run cam.
I would put
Hey.
Run Cam as a C.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they
Oh,
they
yeah,
bring
okay,
things to
okay.
market very quickly,
Mm.
but they don't think it through. They sort of
Totally
launch
agree.
products and they give it to the consumers, and everybody goes, "Well, this is a bit crap because this, and this," and they just bring out another one.
And they do another version.
I agree.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
because
the last
Yeah,
thing
I
I
think
was
that's
talking
the
about
problem.
is the Run Cam. What was it? The little camera which worked with Gyroflow.
the
what was that?
Run
Thumb.
Cam 5 Orange or the
The
Thumb
thumb,
Pro.
yeah, the thumb. And that's already
Yeah.
on its third version now. And that's my complaint with them, that they launch stuff and they don't really think it through, and then they just redo things and relaunch them, and
And you
people
can
have to
see
buy
what they
things
did
2 or 3
with the,
times
like,
over.
They released a version of the DJI cameras, but it's like locked in 4x3 and you can't alter the image, and it's just a bit like they've rushed it. It feels like they've tried to go for that high frame rate thing, but they've kind of just ignored a bunch of other stuff they could do.
Is there
Well,
the
it's-
Runcam Swift was amazing. Swift
Yes.
2.
Yeah.
The Runcam the Runcam 2. They did the Runcam Racer, which was good, which gave you TX and RX control.
The split.
Split. Yeah. They're
Just
now
like
making
today,
the
in fact.
DJI stuff.
This is what
I
I think
don't-
about Run Cam. They make things that are that work. They're not top of the line. They're not bottom of the barrel, but
Mm.
they're somewhat budget friendly, are they not? Like,
Yeah.
They're a budget friendly choice.
Hey,
You probably need more than one dimension.
put-
Like you
Put
could
Jack
do
in charge
like
of moving the
bud-
icons.
quality versus budget, right? So that would kind of weed out
Right
Kiss.
in the
You could say
middle.
it's good quality, but it's
I-
terrible budget.
I feel like they started off very strong when they were doing their CCD cameras, where we started having the
Yes.
Swift and things. That was excellent. And that once they got very popular and started experimenting with stuff, that's where it got a little bit rushed out. Is
That's what
just
you
what
want.
I'm feeling. Yeah.
but I don't know.
Like
I
there's
just
4
I think they're a
generations of
strong
the
C.
Runcam split, and they're all just like chaotically named. And
Yeah.
there's the Swift 2 right there.
Yeah, I've got some too, and they're great.
Yeah.
I actually
I've got
almost
a
like
Runcam
them
Swift.
better than some of the new
Yeah.
cameras, which is odd.
I
Chat,
do
what
like the
do you
CCD
think?
camera.
Put B.
Runcam
put
Swift
B
stuck
or
under my
C.
monitor.
Vote now. B or C. Vote now.
I think it's a B.
I think
If you're going to put Emacs up there, I'd put every. Yeah, but I mean, they haven't really screwed up that badly. Like, there's no horror stories. I'd say there's more Kiss horror stories than a Runcam. They're just a
B.
cheap brand.
I said
Yeah,
B.
we can't get Jack to move the bloody.
Okay, Run Cam is
B.
B. Run Cam B.
B.
Yeah.
B.
The chat has spoken.
Okay.
Runcam
Next.
Since when did we listen to other people?
Next.
This is outrageous.
Next.
B.
Next
B,
topic,
B.
next
Oh,
product,
so many
next
Bs.
brand. Yeah.
The chat all
Flying.
emailed me. They want
Axis
Kiss
flying.
down to C.
Now, I've heard a lot about Axis
Axis.
flying, but I suspect that very few people have flown them. So
Unknown for
I-
me.
Who are Axis? I don't know.
They make motors. That's all I know.
They also
Oh, so they
made that
make-
streaming
they
box
are a
thing.
premium brand, like super, like cine lifter level premium. So if you look at their stuff, they do alloy boxes with the flight controller. I put them at the S, honestly. Like they cost a bomb, but they're very responsive.
But what's your personal
wanna
experience of them?
They're a nice bunch. They like chat
Have you
about
used
stuff.
them? Because we're all saying
you
it's
use
unknown
them? They're
to
nice.
us.
They're like super.
But you're
premium.
saying they're a great bunch of guys. But what have you used any of their kit?
Well, no, I just
The
like
silence
chat to them
is
as a
speaking
manufacturer.
volume.
I think
I
we've
talk
got
to them as
a U coming
manufacturer.
up here rather than an S, I have to say. But
Well,
No,
Fair
we
enough.
don't-
You could
we-
say they're
we don't
unknown, but
know.
if you're buying a cine lifter and you're gonna put like a grand's worth of hardware, that them or like Maytech would be the ones to go for because everything else you just wouldn't trust.
I do see
Thanks.
people like talking about their little cine whoops and also that HD streaming box for DigiView or something. But I don't know. I don't know much about it. So
Have you
Never-
seen what their
literally
flight
the first time I've
controllers
heard
are
of them.
like? They're like giant anodized aluminium boxes, and they put the FC and the ESC in the anodized aluminium box, and they just expose the motor pads, and they do JSC plugs to everything else. It's like
okay, so what?
it's just
S
very
tier?
expensive.
S tier?
it's literally the first time I've heard of them, so I can only ever put them in the unknown
You know,
category.
Unknown.
Curry. You
I
know,
would
you know
put it-
Pixhawk. You know
Yes.
Pixhawk, Curry. It's very much
Better
like a
than-
Pixhawk type of a deal.
Well, most
think-
most sort of professional level things are that sort of like
Yeah.
a beautiful box of gorgeous metal and
Apple,
stuff, isn't
yeah.
it?
I don't really think that S tier is suitable though. It
All right,
seems
unknown.
yeah.
We don't know enough.
We
Happy
don't know
model.
enough. Let's just take it on our own ignorance.
Ooh,
Maybe,
happy
they could be
model.
amazing. They could be amazing.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Happy
Happy model. No
Ooh,
idea.
That's a tricky one. I mean,
I put them there with Emacs stuff. They get people into the hobby, right?
Yeah, I think
they're
that's
cheap,
fair. I mean,
PRS.
they follow a lot with the open
Why
source community and they
English?
work with the open source community, and that's
Yeah.
got to be respected. And I think they're one of the, for a long time, they were the only people doing Express LRS right, weren't they? Because they were sort of
Hmm.
engaging with the community and getting the right
You
stuff
can
out
still
there.
buy one of their receivers for a tenner, which is just shockingly cheap.
Yeah,
Those EP1 and EP2 receivers are probably most of my Express LRS quads. They've got
They-
great
they
value.
are-
And then
Absolutely atrocious at documentation. I've never seen anything
Yeah,
from
they're
them.
Oh, I mean-
horrible. He's right.
you can say that about a lot of those brands, though.
Yeah, but they're
Us-
particularly bad.
So I'm just
You
going to
literally
chat
can't
in
even
here.
find
Beta
a pin out.
FPV. I'll say that. Like they're leagues ahead of Beta FPV. The
Oh,
Open
yeah,
VTX
most
stuff,
people
the
are.
happy model is
Strong
worth checking
C?
out.
Mm.
Strong
Yeah,
C
strong C.
or
C's good.
Yeah.
C's good. C's
C or
good.
B,
That's-
yeah.
Okay.
C?
Okay,
There
so
are a few ideas which count.
let me just.
iFly?
Oh, hold on. Let me
So-
interject here. Make sure that if you're watching the stream, you go like it on YouTube right now. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're great.
Okay.
All right,
Thank
so
you.
iFlight now they have a lot of marketing. They send out a lot of quads to people, so they get a lot of reviews. But they don't make their own hardware, right? I think they're
Yeah.
made by
Who does?
Airbot, and the motors are made by Flyfish, right?
I don't have those on here.
I don't-
iFlight.
From this point of
That's 'cause they
view,
don't sell direct. They're an
it's kind of
OEM.
like it doesn't matter so much that they don't build their own stuff. It's the fact that they can put a good model together. And again, I'm coming back to the
They can.
RTF stuff, and they brought out the as I'm a dimension moment. What's this one called? It's this one. This is the good one.
Chimera.
No, the Chimera is the one I've butchered horrifically. This is the Nazgul 5. Thank you, Jack, for that one. Yeah, the Nazgul 5, cheap and really good out of the box experience.
Yeah.
The
A lot
Chimera,
of starters get that.
the horrendous. Some of the people in chat wouldn't have seen this. The I want to kill my camera Chimera 7 here, which is also lovely. They do put very good
Audio Geek.
packages
Exhibit
together.
B, Your Honor. Exhibit B, Your Honor, an iFlight flight controller, the F7 Twin G, where every single 5-volt pad is connected to USB. So if you plug any high load stuff in on 5-volt, it browns out your USB hub. That's
Well,
not great.
you guys know Ken Dobo, original Dobo. He was having issues with his iFlight Chimera 7. I guess some issues with
That guy's
power.
also a bit of a. he's not an exemplary
you
YouTuber, is he?
You can't put it there. You can't put it below Happy
C.
Model. That's crazy. It's
Yeah, let's
bought
put it
the
on. Put it
Nazgul
with
5.
Happy Model.
Yeah, middle of the way.
Just
Middle of
because
the
they
way is
make
good.
big quads, like
That's good. Okay.
Yeah,
next.
but that can drag them up. You know, in
yeah. There's also, I think, there's a bias where people see the Whoop stuff as being like less quality than 5 inches and 7 inches.
Okay, we
Yeah.
only have 20 minutes left, and we got to
Anyway,
get through 1,000
Go!
brands.
Gap
Yeah.
RC. They're just
Speed
a clone
round.
brand.
Speed round.
no,
Gap
no,
RC, like
I think this is
got
going to
it.
go into next week, everybody. We've got a subject for next week.
Patreon.
Yes. yes.
No, it's Patreon. It's fine.
Gap RC, DRE. I don't know.
They used to back in the
They
olden
haven't done
days.
anything in a while.
They
Exactly.
were really, really good, and I've got one of the best 3-inch experience from them in a model I can't remember. But recently,
Gap
I
RC
would-
Signet. Great.
I would
but
put them
that was 3
below
years ago.
iFlight personally. I would put them in the D rank right now because the stuff
Yeah.
they're bringing out is terrible. The last thing I had from them, in which they stopped talking to me as a reviewer because I said this isn't working, and they said yes,
Oh,
it
is
is.
it going to be the first E? Not talking to Curry. That drops
Not
you
talking to
down
me,
one.
that drops you down. Is they brought out this combined flight controller and VTX, and there was just so much noise from the flight controller into the VTX, and I said, this is just giving awful picture, and also the props you gave me are terrible. And they're like, no, they're not. You're not flying it right. And it's like, what? And the pictures all fuzzy because I'm
right
not
up there
flying
with
it
Apple,
right.
and you're not holding it right.
Oh, first
Okay.
E.
So yeah,
All right.
Okay.
since that
Or
time,
you want
they
to
haven't
put it
spoken
in
to me.
dog shit.
No, they're not dog shit.
Okay.
I'd put them as a D, but you can put them as E if you like.
Brother Hobby.
Who's that? I can't read that. Oh, they're solid. They've been
Yeah.
around for donkey
I've been
years.
hearing good things.
The-
A.
I haven't seen much from them lately. They were.
I mean,
the
they still do
motors,
long-range motors.
They mostly did, didn't they?
Yeah, yeah. They're just motors, I think. I put them at, and honestly, like I haven't seen anyone break any, so yeah, I'd put them right near the top.
Yeah.
Unless there's any
B.
counterexamples.
Well, I suppose the question is, if you were going to buy new motors now, would you like? Oh, I must look at Brother
If
Hobby,
I
see what's
could,
going on there.
I'd
If
give
they-
it.
if they're still
Do
current,
RC
then
and
that's fair, yeah.
Power, Zing.
Can
and
someone
then
just have
everyone
a quick Google?
T motor,
see what we
RC
can
and
buy?
RC and Power. Brother Hobby.
Speaking of which,
Can you still buy
even
them?
get this week? T motor.
Yeah, they're T-motor over here somewhere.
Well,
Speedy
we're really
V.
good, Holy Bro.
Speedy V.
Oh,
Speedy B.
But-
Well, that's a
their
bit niche.
skanky app that just has a load of advertising in it.
I
which
mean,
they
yeah,
try
their
and,
app
monetize.
moves
That's
them
a bit-
here.
Yeah, their app is dodgy AF.
And then they had the
They take all the
V2
code
scandal.
and don't acknowledge anyone else, don't acknowledge the licenses, and they just like make money on the advertising, which is a bit
D.
scabby.
C, D.
I go to
D.
D. Like, also, their latest flight controller flies like, well, poop apparently.
You know what we
That-
should
that-
actually do? We should put every brand in the S tier so we can get tons of sponsorships for LDO, and then we'll just be,
Yeah.
awesome.
What sponsorship?
Oh
It's our lovely
Right.
Patreons that keep us afloat.
yes,
People have
and
to
while
watch
we're
it
on this
first, though.
topic, if you haven't joined our Patreon, you should do it now, and you'll get awesome
Yeah.
stuff. Jack, tell them more about
Yeah.
it.
Just keep
Yeah,
the
there's a Patreon, and no matter what tier,
Ooh,
watch-
Free Sky's
we can
coming
carry
up
it on.
next.
You're all in the S tier for us Patreons. You're all
Oh.
amazing.
This-
Right.
this-
Ski.
Wait, hold on. What are these? We need to know. We have to tell the people what Patreon is all about so they can join it.
Yeah,
Patreon is
yeah.
a way of saying you like something, and because of that, instead of hoping the advertising eventually pays the way, you can just give the money directly to us. Because if you try and put it through YouTube, they take a cut. Patreon takes a smaller cut, and it just enables us to keep paying the web servers and keep paying the editor and people like that.
And the hosting for our
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah. So
And you
if
only
any
get
of
charged
you,
for the amount that we produce. So, if, it's just a per show little donation.
yeah. So if you like what
Dog.
we do, give us a tip. That'd be great. We would love
So-
you.
Free Sky's an interesting one.
Thank you.
Because
Free Sky's got to be.
you
good.
only have to go a couple of years ago, and they were unimpeachable. They were definitely S rank all the way.
And no one's talking about Tyrannus. Like the Tyrannus was good, but if you were to go and buy a radio now,
I have one for each
and
nipple.
if you looked at the Ethos radios, would you
Wait,
spend
Jack,
like
do that again,
300 quid on an Ethos radio? One for each nipple.
Oh, I just removed him from the stream.
Why am I here?
Oops. I pressed the wrong button.
Right. Thanks, Carl.
Harsh.
Right.
We don't need any of this. Censored.
Me and Stephen are part of the Free Sky fan club.
Frisky fan club.
Discord. Frisky.
Which was their original name because they decided that they were going to be called Frisky. And then someone pointed out that it meant sexually adventurous and a little bit up for it. And
Here's
they decided
the
to go FR Sky.
Here's the thing with Free Sky. Yeah, I mean, we could say like they've done everything in their power to try and murder their own brand. But me and Jack would still talk about it. I've got a whole bunch of quads there. They're still on the XM Plus. The XM Plus is absolutely a solid receiver still. It's not quite dog shit, but at the same time, you wouldn't buy it these days because you just go out and buy Express LRS. It's not quite dog shit, but it doesn't smell that good.
I've only seen one brand that's worse than FR Sky, and that's Fly Sky. That's so. If you're going to put them, for receivers, like if you see someone crop up and they've got an issue, and
Fly Sky is much worse than Free Sky, I think.
So they can't be. But then Fly Sky are like sub dog shit, I'd say. They're not even dog shit.
Yeah, but Fly Sky are sort of so cheap and
go easy on
but they're not even cheap now. Remember that we were talking about Happy Model, who can bring you an Express LRS receiver for 10 UK pounds. And you're comparing that to Fly Sky. I think you'll actually find the Fly Sky stuff costs more even for a PPM receiver.
It's very tricky because everybody that had a Tyrannus, it was such a way forwards. It's such a good cheap radio for the time. However, that time has moved on, and if you wanted to buy a radio, you would not buy a Tyrannus. If you wanted to buy a receiver, you would not buy an XM Plus. So maybe it belongs in.
So their current range. How many of you own an Ethos radio or are considering buying an Ethos radio from?
Absolutely nobody, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So that's their current crop of radios.
DE.
E.
Next.
We haven't even moved on to the R9 fiasco.
Chat D or E? Oh yeah, I reckon.
We've got a DS, loss of signal.
I've always had good experience with XM Pluses generally.
Somewhere between D and S.
Quads.
E.
Tony says S tier.
So I mean, DS as in dog poop, not S as in the top tier, but
they still work. There's not a huge failure rate, is there? So they're just a crap company now that you wouldn't necessarily talk to.
All right. Thank you, chat. Thank you.
The chat has spoken.
Chat gets more done.
Jumper. We're getting things
cute
done.
Little squirrel thing. I think that's cute. I wouldn't mind having a box.
I've had personal
near the top.
Personal breakdowns with radios from Jumper, and they were pretty unhelpful when I said my radio has failed.
C,
so,
B.
I mean, they're good. They make okay radios, but you just have to say, would you want a Jumper or a Radio Master? And do they? Oh, we're not even talking about that silly thing, Stephen.
Yeah.
we all know what your favourite radio is.
That's a thumbnail right there.
Yeah, that's a Jumper T8 SG V2.
I think you might like the color yellow, eh? You might like the
Strong
color yellow,
C.
Stephen.
How did you guess?
Look, B, C.
I think C's
Not the
fair.
C.
Yeah, everyone's saying C. Yeah.
C.
Yeah,
C.
that's
Okay.
fair.
All right, next. Radio
Master.
Dun, 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 dun.
I put them
And
at
we
the
got
top.
our
I
first
mean,
S.
just bang straight to the top. Like they picked up where Jumper was going wrong, and they haven't really put a foot wrong since then.
Well, I mean, if you're going to nitpick, we can talk about the boxer module bay if you want to, which is a problem. However,
a Wumble way.
One thing is, like, I send them a video and they're like, "We're going to look at this and we're going to fix it." So some of it's not about
which is
like
what you want, right?
If it's passed or failed, it's like, what are you going to do to fix it? We're going to fix it.
Exactly.
That's good.
Audio
And we also had the problem where they had that problem with the power input on their those modules they had, which were the Ranger modules, but not the big fancy one, where if you plugged in the XT30, it was getting the wrong signal or something. And they took those away and they fixed them, and they've just come back on the market now. So,
and that's what you want. It's fast and
fix your
tech.
mistakes.
If someone's willing to say, send it to us free of charge, we'll fix the problem. That puts you at the top, right?
Cool.
And if that's the case, HD0, no.
Okay, we're not going backwards. Okay, next.
Put Kiss down
I'm
to
the
D.
only one that owns any HD0 kit, and I don't enjoy
I think Kiss needs to be
dog shit.
Dog shit.
No.
Dog shit.
Really, it's got to be. They're not
Be
great, mate.
But guys,
gotta be
I
a lot
learned
lower
how to
than Happy
fly in the
model.
simulator with a light radio, guys. It's S tier, guys.
Yeah, they've like they're like if Emacs are up here and Happy Model are here.
You're complaining about
Beta
documentation. Happy Models documentation is better than Beta FPVs.
Okay, so let me say this one thing. So my light radio, which is not much of a standard to really shake a stick at, but the gimbal got all funky where I was getting gimbal drift. I opened it up and slightly moved a wire over, and it stopped the gimbal drift. I was like, oh, that's
manufacturing
good,
quality.
Yeah.
So
the first light radio I had rattled, and that's because the weights they put in it to make it feel artificially heavy had unglued themselves, and the buzzer had also come apart. But their failure rate's very high. They also make very unfriendly boards, where in order to solder something, I take at least 4 resistors off every time I put my soldering iron near it, because the pads are like down there.
One of
But
my
also,
few fires has been a Beta FPV all-in-one.
there's another company of the many that don't speak to me anymore, because on their Pavo review, where it had awful yaw washout, I said to them, "This has awful yaw washout," and I said, "If you couldn't mention that, and we'll fix it." And I said, "Well, fix it, and then I'll make another video," and it's not fixed still. And they haven't, but they haven't spoken to me since. But
yeah. So they're just barely above the DS level.
I keep them down on E and move on. We've got a lot more to go.
No, it's all right, man. We've got
We've got
overtime
just 30
in
more.
the Patreon.
Oh, we've got
To
overtime.
chill.
Well, I've got to
Okay,
go.
wait. If we only have 10 minutes left for the main people, let's go over like the should I say the good brands?
Let's go and put something that we know can be in DS land, right? The poop land.
Oh yeah.
There's one brand on there that I have no qualms about putting in poop land, and that's JHE MCU. They are exactly.
Who are
they?
They
are a very cheap all-in-one flight manufacturer.
Don't skip.
They do a whole bunch
We're
of
on
targets.
diatone.
Okay, Jack.
But
yes, okay.
I'm just saying you've got a couple of minutes. I was trying to make something that would amuse. No,
I think we should save that. Like, if we've got stuff over, I think we should save it for a main show. To be honest,
Yeah, we should save it for next week.
word.
I think the rest of
No,
these ones.
bonus.
So
bonus pod,
diatone.
man.
I mean, I get diatone probably with iFlight because they're like toe to toe, aren't they? Like they both release quads at the same cycle and they're roughly equivalent.
D.
I have no experience.
Not
So
quality, but does work.
I mean,
It's
their hardware
like
is just clone hardware. It's made by Airbot, right?
I'm not
well,
too
the
sure.
diatone aromas and stuff. I hear a lot, like some decent things about it, but
I always
All
thought
right.
they put together decent RTF quads or PNF quads, but not outstanding. But it's like a mid-tier brand that you'd think, oh, this is pretty good.
It gets the job done.
It's no Ichi.
If someone's a beginner and they want to buy a 5-inch, then you wouldn't hesitate to recommend either diatone or iFlight. You'd be like,
B.
you're going to be all right.
Nah,
No,
C is
just
good.
with iFlight. They're with iFlight. I find it hard to separate the two. They're one of these pairs of companies who pretty much exist just to make sure that the other company in the pair releases something new each year.
Oh yeah, you know what? Diatone. I have heard a lot of good things about their stacks, the Mamba and stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've got some Mamba stacks, but no, I still would put them there with iFlight, as Steven said. They're about at that sort of level.
Yeah. Okay. Next,
Yeah, I've got a Mamba stack. I can't remember.
as we
why.
continue on. Oh,
Got
hey,
Mamba
what's up,
motors.
Failsafe? How was bowling?
Yo, how's it going, buddy? Skystar, new
Skystar.
No, they're not new at all.
India.
If you look, Skystars, the Skylord, was reviewed by Andy RC a very long time ago, and he gave it a great review. The trouble is they don't have flashy marketing. They've been around. I think they were started about 6 months after iFlight, and they make their own hardware. And they've taken a gamble. Like they did they're the only people that ship an AM32 ESC, and yeah, I chat to the designer every now and then. One of their designers, they're quite responsive and quite helpful. And they're the most conversant in Betaflight right now. They're pretty chatty and helpful.
Apparently, they have
Yeah.
a $10,000 flight controller stack. I think it might be a typo on their website, but
Gotta be a typo. They
yeah.
have about 1 million and one because they don't remove the old products from their website, which a lot of manufacturers do. Like you can't find the original SucksX products on iFlight site anymore, where Skystars keep everything up there, which makes their product lineup look kind of chaotic.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, I'd rate them. They're good.
Okay.
Yeah, I've started using them, and yeah, seem pretty solid to me. B, C,
No experience here.
or unknown.
Unknown
If
for me.
there's
I'll give them a
two
B.
people don't
Well,
know.
it's
No,
unknown
I
from
mean,
us, but if
I've-
you guys have got direct
I've
experience,
got two of
then
their
you can
ESCs,
rate it.
and I had one stuck in an oak tree for about 15 minutes trying to crash flip it out, and I didn't blow any of the ESCs. So
Anyone
I'm
in
pretty
chat
happy with
use
it.
them? That
Everyone's saying
back
unknown.
us up? Unknown.
The thing is, I
Unknown.
think they've been around for a really long time. You can't say they're unknown because they've been
Yeah.
around as long as the likes of every other brand up there. They're probably a lot older than other brands.
As you say, with the failure to market their products, perhaps that's why they're being unknown by lots of people.
Yeah, they're a
Yeah.
smaller company, and they haven't kind of hit that hockey stick where the sales increase and all of a sudden you can spend more on marketing. So they don't give everyone free quads like iFlight does. Maytech, I mean, has anyone had a bad Maytech? Not a Maytech clone because they're cloned a lot. But has anyone seen a bad one?
The cheap,
No.
the cheaper 405 one. Not 405. The 411. I hated that, but everything else has been great. How did you get on with the PWM ELRS receiver? Have you done anything with it, Stephen?
Stephen.
He's frozen.
I may or may not have decided to build 3 other quads.
A S S.
At least an
Everyone's
8.
saying, I think
I
Why-
built
why-
like this
why?
one, guys.
I
I'll see
built
you
an ultralight 5-inch.
See you, Curry.
Hi, Gary.
They are
Thank you.
pretty great. So in terms of Maytech, I own 4 of their flight controllers and a load of their LED boards, and Bex as well. Like I've got a whole bunch
Oh,
of.
yeah.
They make Bex, they make LEDs, they make everything
Yeah.
that you'd need. Like-
S tier.
Yeah.
They put the work in. Well done, lads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And their
Hobby Wing.
documentation is exemplary. If you ever want to see what a wiring diagram should look like, go to Maytech's website. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
perfect.
You go up there.
Now,
Solid
Hobby
S.
Wing.
Well done,
Racers love Hobby Wing, right? The X-Rotor, very, very popular.
I only know them from plain ESCs. I've seen one of them go up pretty quickly, and this was like early 2016, 2017. S for Hobby Wing, numbskull. S, double A, Flight 1.
Racers love them. They're really,
S,
really
S,
popular.
A. Oh,
They did this X-Rotor
No idea.
stack of, I think, flight controller and ESC, and it's just up there at the top, like whenever you look for recommendations.
Oh, our Overlord controller master is now gone.
Oh my god! Right, no one else can drive this now. We can't even scroll.
No.
Oh no! I assume there's been an
Oh.
emergency.
Oh,
Jackie, you back?
emergency phone. Oh,
Yo, yo, yo!
Good, and I think you'll like it.
Hello, Jack.
Tony on the
Patreon.
line.
No,
I just think it will be good for it's another hour's worth.
no. Patreon only.
No, dude. We have to save it for next week, bro.
Tony.
I made it.
Dude, we have to save it for next week, man. It's too good. It's too good to just only. Yeah.
All right. I'll see you
There's
later.
some quality
Bye, wifey.
content here.
Bye.
Monetize it.
This was so good that if we have enough left to do a whole other episode of this.
Hobby
Yeah.
wing where?
Everyone's
Well,
saying
you had
or
it.
S.
Stop moving it. I think you should leave it up at S or A because
A tier is
that-
good, yeah.
how many bad comments have you got about Hobby Wing? I don't think we've got any.
I haven't
Just
got
A?
any hint.
Yeah, see, people are loving this. So, well,
Yeah.
you know, we'll do it. We're gonna do it. We should do it. Definitely do it next week again. But we should do
Find
more
out
streams
what will
like this
happen
as well.
in the next episode.
Right. Let me
Yeah.
do the outro.
Okay.
And
Okay.
right. So I need a few things from people here. If you watch this, if you enjoyed it, share it, like it, comment down at. If you could think of any retailers or manufacturers that we haven't got included, here's the list remaining. Put them in the comments. I can add them with the logo. If you think that we've misplaced something other than Kiss, let us know, and we will take that into account next week.
Maybe.
Also, if you're proud of where the manufacturer is, please share it to one of their socials. So let Maytech know that we and Radio Master that they're S tier, and that will really help.
And that we
us.
said it, and that we are the ones. Oh, we all decided it together.
Clearly, it's an enjoyable episode. So share it about. Tell your mates. Be like, here, watch this, and then we can have a bigger conversation with voting next week.
Yep.
You've been listening to Let's Drone Out. We are sponsored by our lovely patrons. Please go over and join us there. If you give a couple of dollars here and there, that really helps support the show, pays for our editor, everything else. Massive shout out to all the hosts and anyone who's ever helped Let's Drone Out. You know who you are. Thank you. We wouldn't be here without you guys. And everyone who tunes in live on the Thursday, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. UK time, which is currently GMT 0. You've been joined by everyone's favourite mustache, Stephen.
Cheers. Goodbye.
Curry Kitten left early. You've been joined by my buddy Cole.
See ya.
And I've been Brighten Till I Fly. Tune in next week. Thank you, guys. Support, share the hell out of this. Thank you. Good night.
Share. Tell everyone. Thanks.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yep. Thumb it up.
Thumb it up.